My name is Greg Bakunzi from Amahoro Tours and Red Rocks, Rwanda. I have been working in the tourism industry for the last 19 years and operating in the three different countries. So that's Rwanda, Uganda, and Congo. All the idea behind my organization is to see how can we link tourism and conservation together for sustainable development. We have done a couple of projects in Rwanda which has really been successful, where the local communities are now benefiting from the tourism direct from what they are doing. Let it be from the art of conservation, let it be into the weaving basket, showing their culture, which we have also seen that this is one of the most important things that the locals and the tourists really enjoy. So when it comes on the tourist part, what happens with the tourist part, they just really enjoy this part of experience where they're interacting with the locals. And when it comes to the local communities, they are always eager to even get to speak to the tourists. At the same time, benefit from them. They get paid from, what they have demonstrated to them. They even be able to sell their uh, crafts that are made by them. Uh, Tourism and conservation has been really one of the biggest uh, industry, but the local communities themselves haven't been really much involved into that to identify how can we benefit from that. So our organization works really closer to see how we can involve them more in the tourism industry, especially in those protected areas. So it's always a critical component to see how, even the locals consider in the establishment of the management of the national parks and the communities that reside also along those protected areas. One of the biggest attraction, especially in this Great Lakes region, is all about the gorillas. And people get to ask us, you guys, you seem to have the gorillas in Congo, Uganda, and Rwanda. What's the difference between that? So we always say the landscape might be the difference. The communities there, they are different, they have different cultures. Rwandan culture is different from the Congolese culture. So that's also another thing that people should be able to, to get to enjoy while they are visiting uh, those gorillas, endangered species that are in those protected areas. Sustainable tourism has been a big story in so many organizations and uh, companies, but it's now time for us to really see how can it really benefit the local communities, even though there are always some challenges to achieve this. If we are to get to make sure that tourism benefits the local communities, there are always some challenges. And these challenges, they are not only faced by us who are also like involved in direct, but we also get some challenges to involve the community themselves in order to achieve the goals. And one of the biggest challenge that we face is the funding. When it comes to the funding, most of the banks, they need some uh, tangible stuff that they can show that this is really you are able to pay back. And we can't predict about this industry, that we don't know if this industry is kind of fragile when it comes to the weather, to the insecurity, when it comes to the pandemic. Anything can really affect it direct. But we still also need to stay closer to our community members, to the local people that are also involved in it, so that we can carry on like some workshops. And our companies, our organizations, sometimes they don't have that access to the funding to make sure that they can facilitate those kind of uh, those kind of workshops, trainings, and also getting closer to them. We also have some people who live like in a very remote area, but also getting there needs some. So you can't drive there. All you need you could it's just like walking there. But as I said, weather could also be another kind of the challenge, but we can't also predict about other challenges that also might come in uh, to, as a part of conflicting this. What we would really suggestion would like to suggest to those industries that are involved in the financial uh, industry to be able to support us if they are able to give us like some way of access to the funding. This could be a loan, a grant, or from private companies that are more interested into this, and also link us with organizations that are also able to work with us and to accelerate our visions that we normally come up with, but we don't have the support needed to make this happen. We would like to keep on also we have like short workshops with tourists that are visiting those protected areas, so they get to see and to participate in in what the local communities are doing and get even to talk to them to understand how community and conservation are really supporting the people that resides next to those protected areas. Uh, I can't conclude by saying that community-based tourism is a very, very big industry, and as long as the ownership is owned by the ownerships, uh, and ownerships might want to own it, but they might not be able to know how are they doing that. So it's in this context also that we really need some international organizations like linking tourism and conservation. We have the green destination travel so that they can come together and also partner with us, because we have seen that from partnerships we can always really do a lot when it comes to do the partnerships, because this could help us to overcome some biggest challenges that we might learn, or they could also be able to give us like some workshops and other things. So that's why we are trying to call upon all those financial industries, conservation organizations, and other stakeholders, to see how can we really build this collaboration and partnership within our organizations. Uh, I would like to conclude by saying that great visions need great partners. So let us try to see how we can all do the partnership and see how we can achieve our goals. Thank you.